Yes, y'all. Yes, y'all. I'm old school, but I keep it funky fresh, y'all. And this is deep, y'all. I'm feeling deep, y'all. And what you get is what you motherfucking see.
Welcome back, humans! You know what day it is, and I'm back with another vent session. And before I get started, I would like it if you would hit that subscription, turn on your notifications, and smash the like button. My name is Jaime, and with that said, this episode is brought to you by Heimtime Vision and absolutely nobody else. And with that said, let's get on with some vents. Shall we, humans? Great. Okay, Project 46. He doesn't look good. And I joke around sometimes, and this and that, but it's looking worse and worse. It's getting worse and worse the more and more they put a camera on this guy. And I'm talking about the guy who's supposed to be in charge. Who they don't think is really in charge. They think Obama's still in charge. He's going all crazy in the conspiracy world because of a video he made once about wanting to wear the headset. But no, man, this dude don't look good. Project 46 don't look fucking good. And I call him that. I didn't originate that. But I agree with this title because it fits quite perfectly with Project 46. He's a project. This is like a project in the making. This is something weird. It's like a science experiment. And this is like the code name. Like Majestic 12 and Paperclip and all that shit. This one's Project 46. This one is a little serious because this guy looks like he's losing his marbles. He looks like he's losing his marbles, humans. He was in a recent interview. And first of all, I was speaking on a previous episode about the deep fake shit. And like, what if they use him for deep fakes? Right now, after seeing this recent interview with him, I'd rather have the fucking deep fakes. Because this shit looks horrible. I mean, they were asking him questions, and he's trying to concentrate, and he's like clenching his fist, and he looks like Cornholio. He looks like Cornholio from Beavis and Butthead. And he's sitting here like going, while he's getting his questions asked, and then, oh my gosh, it just didn't look good. I'm like, what is he doing? Is he about to fight? Is he having some kind of weird, hallucination? Like something's getting near him? I don't know what was going on there. And that worries me a lot. The dude's supposed to be in charge of shit. No wonder all this crazy hoopla is going on all over the place. It's like a boxing match. I'm always talking about the fight game, and then today is the fight game. It's from this guy, Project 46, man. He's committing like a Bidoneous assault on everybody. You know what I'm saying? Just coming through and just getting away with it. Nobody's doing nothing. This dude is mentally going away and doing some weird shit. Or they're just telling him to do stuff, and they're saying, is that the right thing to do? And they're like, yes, it is. And he's like, okay. It's wild. This is wild, and this is reality, and this is really strange. It's strange and creepy because this is like really, really wild. This is just wild what's going on. And this guy's supposed to be in charge. I still, goodness gracious. I still don't get it. He also said he was vice president for 36 years. In the same interview, he concentrated so hard and was ready for this answer, and then when he spit open his mouth, he said he was VP for 36 years. And he was talking about some riding a train. He was like wandering off, talking about train stories when there was abandoned troops in other countries. People are trying to get this crazy mandate shit. There's all kinds of crazy things going on. And he was just talking about something about riding all these train rides and shit. Going on school field trips or something. He was like, yeah, I've rode over 2 million miles or some, I don't know what the hell he's talking about. And comparing it to the Air Force or some shit. No, he was comparing it to the military's fly miles. I flew more than the military has on the train. Who knows? I'm just worried. This is looking really bad. This is looking really, really bad. Like I said, I would rather have the deep fakes. I would rather have the deep fakes right now. Supposedly, this man or I don't know if it's him or the people pulling the strings behind this guy, the Weekend at Bernie's guy, apparently took some of these Taliban leaders off the watch list, which allows them to cross American borders again. Like they could come into America again. No pun intended on the movie, but I'm just saying, like, they could come here now because of this dude took them off this watch list. They can just freely come in here and like scope out some new stuff. It'd be like, yes, we are peaceful. And then it'd be like, what? And the whole time they could be plotting. But he took them off the watch list. Or whoever is pulling the strings. This is weird. This is just weird. This is very weird. This guy's losing it on TV. Like every time they put him on TV. Phew. It's bananas. But this guy, like I said, he's, oh my goodness. I'm just really worried. And I hope you guys are too, because people are making all this big hoopla over these things. And then, this is happening right before your eyes. This dude's turning into like everybody's like grandpa when they're hit that one age. And like on TV, he's like happening right now. And he's supposed to be in charge. Cornholio. Oh man. But anyways, not only that, the National School Board, apparently another story I found out is the National School Board was asking the White House to label dissident parents as domestic terrorists. They're trying to label parents as domestic terrorists for standing up for like the rights of their children and things like that. So now like you're going against the system again, and then you're going to get silenced. They're going to try to find a way to make a law to silence you or us as a whole. And this will be another way they can use this against us. And this is all getting too strange to me. This is like turning into like one of these movies like you've seen where they always say like art imitates life, and they're like, oh, the shit in the movies ain't real, and then stuff in some of the movies starts happening for real. It's kind of crazy. This is like one of those like crazy, like it's starting to feel like one of those like Hunger Game type scenarios where you can't speak on nobody. You know what I'm saying? And it's getting me worried. Like I said, they're calling parents they want to call parents domestic terrorists for standing up for their rights, and they want to call them like dissident parents because they're have a mind and a mind of their own and probably know what the heck they're talking about when it comes to the the safety or the whatever in their child's body. They're and you don't. This is really crazy to me. I just can't believe, I don't understand. And it's kind of wild. Like I said, it's got this Hunger Games feel. Like it's just getting realer and realer and closer. And I'm a little worried. I'm a little worried about it. Because this guy's getting so old and breaking down in front of us. This is just weird. All this shit is weird. I don't know, man. This is just weird. But, so anyways, I forgot where I made a note here on something here, but, oh yeah, so like, with all these like cargo ships, they're all stranded over here on the coast, and some of them started turning back, and some of them said they've been stranded longer than it took them to ride across the ocean to deliver some shit. And they're talking about you ain't going to get your Christmas presents and all that because everything comes from China or everything goes from everywhere else. And so Florida seemed to say like, hey, man, what's going on here? We can help you out. And Florida goes and opens up their ports. They open up their ports, and some of the people are starting to head there now and starting to unload some things and starting to help out any way they can possible. And it's starting to help out a lot, And people were talking about this. It wasn't like just like my idea or anything, but I thought it was like, it made sense and I thought it was pretty interesting. But if we start talking like this might make some new rule against us. They'll find another way to silence this shit or fact check it or whatever the fuck they want to do with it. But so a state, communicates with another state and they talk about a resolution and then they, both agree with it, whatever the solution is. and then they put it into action, and then next thing they're it's working, and they didn't have to have the government involved or Project 46, and that got not me thinking, but it got me thinking after I saw kind of the trend going, where do we really need to have them involved with some of these business aspects when now they want to learn about this $600 stuff, like every $600. Like they're talking about wanting to see what people that are billionaires are spending so they can try to tax them more or whatever. But I think they spend more than $600, and there's people that aren't far from billionaires or millionaires or even sometimes thousandaires that probably spend $600, and you just want to see where people's money's going. And I don't like that either. I don't like that. But anyways, I don't feel like the government had to be involved, which was really cool, and there was a solution made. And now there's something happening. Something's getting movement because of all the restrictions and mandates on the other side. And, now we can get the ball rolling. You know what I'm saying? I think it's going to happen in a different way. It can happen in a different way, and I hope people see this and maybe follow suit a little bit here. And you never know. You never know. Keep them out less involved, because I feel like they want us more dependent on them, and I think we don't really need to be so dependent on them. They're saying there's shortage of bus drivers and shortage of truck drivers and even pizza delivery drivers. But if you change all this bullcrap that's happening, paying people to stay home, you're basically paying people more than what they're making to stay home. It's, you would change the whole system and people would probably want to go back to work. If you flip the system back and stop giving them all this money, maybe they want to go back to work. Who knows? And this is just so weird. Everything is prices are going up on everything. Gas is way up. Whoever voted for this dude, I want some gas money, for real. For real. You guys should all leave tape five. You pay it forward. Everybody that voted for that dude should tape $5 or $10 or $20 and fucking on the gas station pump, so somebody can use it for some gas. Just not in the bad hoods, because some of the crackheads or junkies might take it and go get high with it. But in places where it will be used for gasoline, you should put some out there. Be generous for people, because you owe us some money. That's a great. Everything, even food, was going up. You get your normal groceries and shit was whoa. Good Lord. I put my little value card shit in there too, and it didn't fucking do nothing. Whatever store you're at, you got, points or whatever, value points on the thing to, hopefully just, put your coupons in, and it didn't do shit to the price. It was still way up there. It's man, I think I want to go put some shit back. But the line was too long. And I'm damn it, I guess I got to give all this shit. And it costed it was crazy. The prices are going up on everything. Man, thank goodness for Florida to open up these ports, because maybe some more supply comes in, and then maybe the demand goes down, levels out on some shit. And these, or they're going to, try to restrict, the government gets mad because we didn't use them. And then they're going to get mad and tell all the stores, give them all these letters and be keep the shelves the same. They're our warehouse is full of shit. And they're no, keep the shelves the same. And they got to listen to that shit. And we'll all still be sitting here wanting supplies when they're all full of the warehouse. After that, they try to lock the warehouse down on us because Florida stepped in and, helped us out. Thank you again, Florida. And hopefully more people are heading there to unload some more stuff, so we can get out to more humans out here in America who are short on supplies. Especially it was getting close on the TP. So the TP truck's probably coming real soon. The TP coming, it's coming, so that's good. That's a good sign. It's a good sign. So, like I said, things are getting weird. It's got that Hunger Games scenario. And your speech is, there's no more freedom of speech. It's it's diminishing by the day. Not even by, I wouldn't even say by the minute. It's more by the day. Unless, comedy's under attack. Like I said, they're going after Chappelle. They're going after Rogan for all this stuff. After like he proved it was like a prescribed medicine. They still are doubling and tripling down on this dude and saying he took some other stuff than what it was he took. I still go, and then my man, like I said, it still bothers me, and it rubs me the wrong way because Rogan said he considered that guy a friend. I follow him on Instagram, and after he did this interview, he put this long little, article about the episode. Go check it out. He says, me and him had this exchange, blah, blah, blah. It was a great interview. And he says, I consider this guy a friend. And at the same time, that dude flip-flopped over there back when he got home and they all just doubled and flip-flopped and tripled down back on his ass, saying he, took something else and did all the other shit. And I just think that's crazy, man. Y'all are shady, That's some shady. That just rubs me the wrong way still. But anyways, our freedom of speech is just going away by the day. And like I said, it's getting that Hunger Games scenario. We ain't going to be able to say nothing no more. And if we do, we're going to have to whisper it. Until it gets that, Demolition Man scenario, which I bring up many times. They're going to have there's digital shit everywhere tracking us already. And they'll be shooting little tickets at us when we say things we ain't supposed to say. And that's going to be coming, man. I feel like they're trying to do this. It's going to be a long 4 years. It's going to be a long 4 years, if you ask me. So, our freedom of speech is under attack. There's an NBA player. His name is Enes Kanter, and he plays for the Boston Celtics. And they're playing this game, and the game was televised, in China. And I guess when they interviewed him, he had an opportunity to use his platform, to make a statement of what he felt, to speak something from his heart. So he was wearing a shirt, and it was representing Tibet, and he was asking for freedom from China's policies, for Tibet. And they got really upset about it. They cut the game off. They cut the live feed off the game. And I don't even know if they're going to show NBA there anymore because of all this stuff. And I just find it really, really strange to me. It's like I said, there's no freedom of speech. I don't get it anymore, man. Because now it feels like, I don't know. And then you see other athletes that seem to stand up for certain things, and then they won't stand up for other things. Like where's LeBron James? LeBron James, an ambassador in the NBA, the face of the NBA, the best player in the league. Until he gets dethroned by the next, new champion or whatever, because he is getting older. But, he seems to stand up for some things. And then people always say that he belongs to China, that China's got him bought for, just like Project 46 and his kid. So maybe that's why he didn't stand up for this guy, because of what he was speaking about. Who knows? But you figure a man like him, or, in a position that he's in, would probably do something like that. But then people, it kind of confirms that conspiracy sometimes if he doesn't go and stand up, It's kind of wild. It's just kind of wild. Where would be somebody like that? The guy went up there and took a stand. They let him get his words out. And then now they want to silence him. Not necessarily silence him. They're trying to take people away like that. Like even in sports, like a couple years ago, but they're still continue to do it. When you bring up God or Jesus after a game or a touchdown. And it seemed like they would cut people off of TV. Like they hated when Tebow would do it. Tim Tebow would score and go do that and give the glory to the Almighty. And they didn't seem to like that. And there was another coach, I forget who he was, but it was from a college championship of some sort. And he wins a championship, and mid-interview, they cut his interview because he starts giving the glory as well to the Almighty. And then they cut his interview right off. He's right there. I want to thank God. And it was boom, interview gone. I just thought that was wild. But like I said, I just don't think we're allowed to say anything anymore. And that kind of worries me as well. Our opinions, our own emotions, and our own feelings, that's what makes us human. That's what makes us all humans in this planet. Our own emotions, the way we feel, our own thoughts. And when I played that clip from Jim Brewer about, if you knew what your athlete did behind closed doors, we're all weird, like all that kind of stuff. We are. We all do our own things, and we should be able to keep those things to our own privacy, because that would probably keep us more normal in society. But now the privacy is going away because everything's not private anymore. Everything's just out there. And then when you want to say something, they want to shut you down. Excuse me. But, speaking of things that they're trying to push, when they want to see you things and they want you to believe like everything's all glory and happiness over at the White House, they make that fake space video that I spoke of before, that cringeworthy video where it was like kids actors and they were hanging out with the Vice President Kamala Harris and they were sitting there doing this shit and it was like fake as hell. Well, now they put out this new video. It's another one at the White House this time with like the Prez going to visit the VP on her birthday. And he's walking through the White House. He don't even know where he's going. He don't even know his way at the White House. It was like somebody was telling him to go. They had the audio down on the camera. And you could see the dude behind him talking through his mask, telling Biden which way to go. And Biden's carrying these flowers. He probably forgot what they were halfway there. And a big ass picture. And a big old picture frame. And you couldn't see the guy behind him holding his shirt, steering him through the White House because he didn't know where the fuck he was going. He supposedly lives there or whatever and don't even know his place around there. Don't even know his way around the place. So he goes there and gives her flowers and the shit looked all like super fake. Then they had this fake like birthday surprise party. She goes into this office and she was the one who yelled surprise. That's what I thought was messed up about it. It was her surprise party. She walked in the room and yelled surprise, and then everybody else did. She opened the door. You see the door open. She walks in, and she was like, surprise. And then everybody else is like, oh, hey, surprise. Look at that fake-ass video. It was so fake. Oh, my goodness. Like, it's a fake-ass thing. And then they showed this guy supposed to be your husband, and people are trying to say this relationship is not real. These conspiracy people are so awesome. Like I said, shout out to y'all. You guys do amazing work because it looks believable after you see there's like this fake connection. There was this like they do a kiss with the masks on, and it's kind of weird. It doesn't look, and it looks like she just like pushing back away, and started doing the fake birthday party thing. So like I said, it is getting creepy. This is just getting creepy. They're putting all these fake videos out to make it seem like the White House is like going perfectly smooth and there's this great things going on. And it looks super fake. It looks super fake. Like I said, the Prez don't even know his way around the place. And the VP, like I said, they're doing these commercial productions. She's like doing her Hollywood story at the same time of her VP tour. Who knows what's going on with her laughing ass? But we need to get to the bottom of shit. But we need to get to the bottom of stuff before we're really not allowed to talk. Because we're still allowed to talk a little bit. And before that all the way goes away, we need to get out as much of the truth as we can. Because we ain't going to be allowed to tell the truth. Because nowadays, if you tell the truth, you lie. And if you lie, you make it the truth. And that's what's happening right now. And it's all these fake videos that are coming out all the time. Like I said, it's all trash. It's all this cringy trash out there. And another leaked video, like I said, which I think is fake as well, is that North Korea showing where their army was training. I don't know if y'all seen this, humans. These guys are over here breaking bricks on their stomach and sitting on nail tables and shit. They're trying to make you think like these guys are like scary ass like soldiers and shit. I'm like, man, this shit looks fake as hell. I seen that same stuff on America's Got Talent. Shout out to Howie Mandel. Cause man, that looks so fake when you see these guys like laying on them tables. I've seen all this on all these talent shows and like magician shows. Like Chris Angel's done that shit on picket fences. He was on somebody's fence and did the same shit y'all are doing. And then pulled your card out, cut your card out his forearm. Y'all ain't doing nothing I ain't seen. These guys all trying to. So that's what they're trying to do. They have no strategy, and that's when you see somebody is like lying to you. That's like the number one signal for lying. When there's no strategy, there's only intimidation. When there's intimidation with no strategy. Doesn't that sound familiar? Doesn't that sound familiar? I've got a plan. I've got a plan. And then you get in there and there's like, there ain't no plan. You know, and then they'll scare you. Intimidation with no strategy. That's how it's done. That's how you got to see through the BS. That's when you got to roll your, hike your boots up, or if they're good tennis shoes, take them off, take your socks off, and roll your jeans up, roll your, whatever, sweats, whatever. And, walk through the BS because intimidation with no strategy. That's how they do it. Like I said, that's how it gets done. They scare you all the time, and then you don't got time to listen to the facts. Or you got no time to look for the facts and listen or sit back and take a look at really what's going on because you're too busy being afraid and panicking and ready to go buy something. Remember when you could either have insurance or not have insurance and, still get medical care and things like that. And then all of a sudden, everybody needed insurance or else you were going to get fined. And that was a mandate. That's all I'm saying. This is kind of weird, like all of a sudden we had to get insurance or else you'd be fined. And pretty soon, this might be like all of a sudden you have to get something else or you'll get fined. Who knows? That's probably coming. It's already coming, I think. It's already about to be there. And I don't like it. I don't like it at all. But I feel like that's part of the intimidation, but there's no strategy behind it yet. They're just in the intimidation phase. There's no strategy yet. They haven't thought that far. Until this part breaks, they'll have a new form of intimidation, and then they'll try that again. Because that's all they know what to do right now is just intimidate. Silence and intimidate, but they have no strategy. And that's how you know it's BS. That's like the see-through window. That's like your own X-ray vision of BS. That's how I feel like, in my opinion, that's how I can see through the BS. And like I said, the way this president is breaking down mentally in front of our faces, I would rather have one of those deep fakes right now that looks all sprightly and can move around. Because that looks bad. It looks really bad. Excuse me. And then they're talking about that missile test from China and all that, which makes me feel like that's more part of the intimidation. They just want you to be more afraid. Oh, we forgot to tell you in August this happened. Somebody took their dog for a walk with no leash. And they forgot to tell. Oh, we forgot to tell you about that, didn't we? Now that we're in October. I'm like, oh, thanks, guys. Had that crashed or went wrong, whatever it was, you know what I'm saying? That would have started a bunch of things. And like I said, I think it was part of the whole intimidation part. Another form of the intimidation level phase. And there was no strategy behind it. Other than to get us afraid. It's only, Operation Keep You Afraid. So there's one thing I'm learning through all this process as I'm getting older and I'm paying attention to all these things. I feel like they're trying to shove all these crazy crises, all these crazy tragedies and all these, things going on to keep us all, our minds like just on the fritz and on the move all the time. Because I think they fear our minds when our minds are free to think and free to ask questions and free to figure things out and how things work and explore and learn more and create and innovate and everything else that's involved with free thinking. And I think that's what's happening, in my opinion. I feel like they're trying to stop it because they fear not only our hearts, because, love's a very powerful weapon, but I feel like they fear our free thinking minds. They no longer want to hear free thought. They no longer want to hear new ideas. It's only their ideas and their thoughts and their plans. But the plans only seem like it's like fear and intimidation. Like I said, it only feels like that's what they're doing, just pushing whatever they want done. And I feel like our minds are very powerful, our hearts are very powerful, and when we're allowed to freely think and freely ask questions, and like I said, explore our own minds and thoughts and do things, and that's what they don't want. The world changes when we do those things, and they don't, because their ideas have been the same for a long time, and their plan or whatever this is has been the same for a long time. And man, oh man, if we can only just hit the ignore button one time, or shut the media off a couple times a weekend, that'd be so great for all of everybody's minds and hearts, because it'd be very beneficial for the whole world. It don't matter what you look like and what you are or whatever. It'd be beneficial for the whole world, and y'all know it. But with that said, I hope y'all enjoyed this episode. And like I said, I'd appreciate it if y'all would hit that subscription, hit the like button, and turn on your notifications. My name is Jaime, and this has been another episode of Meant to Vent. Till next time, humans. See ya.
I guess